Today I am going to show you how to make some budget-friendly wedding decor. I start by using a gold charger plate and I add 3 cylinder vases. I add water to the vase and then add my sparkles. I absolutely love these sparkles. Aren't they beautiful? I put a floating candle on top. And I surround the base of the cylinder candles with eucalyptus and roses. The first thing that I am going to do is to go ahead and clip off each stem. Next, I am going to cut my rings. I'm making sure that I have enough of an overlap to keep it strong. Next, I am cutting small lengths of my floral wire. And I'm just going to bend my floral wire into a U. I have 3 pieces of my rosemary, and I'm just going to stagger them a bit. Right in the middle, I want to make sure that I have the bottom of the first piece, the middle of the second piece, and the very tip of the third piece. And then I'm going to take my wire U and put it right over the top, and I am going to twist that tight. Now that will be my starting point on my wreath, and I'm going to put that middle section right here where they overlap. Now I'm going to take a second wire U, put it over the top, turn it over, pinch it. Now I'm going to grab my wire cutters, and now I'm going to grab my needle nose pliers, and I'm going to twist. When that wire gets nice and tight, I'm going to go ahead and trim the ends. And there's my start. And now I'm just going to work my way around the wire ring and just keep working my way around the wreath. And there you have it. Now get your craft paper. I'm going to line it up right to my inch line. I have my ruler, and I'm going to line this ruler up to my 1.25 inch line. Then I will mark that, cut it out, and measure how much I need across, cut there. And now using my marker, I write my name and just tuck it in. And doesn't that look great? Now I'm going to take my centerpiece and my rosemary wreath out to set the table. I put my centerpiece at the center of the table and add extra eucalyptus and fresh roses. I also have a faux eucalyptus garland on either end to extend the centerpiece across the table. I set my place setting and top it with my rosemary wreaths. Don't they look so beautiful together? And all of this was so budget friendly. Thank you so much for watching Hometalk, and I'll see you next time.
So the first thing for this project, what we're gonna need to do, we're gonna be working on this lovely board. I took and I just did a quick brush dry, like a dry brush type technique, so that I had this pink, but I also wanted to be able to still see the wood grain underneath. And then for the phrase itself, I did use my Cricut with some vinyl because I have terrible handwriting. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some floral foam. I'm using the dry green floral foam because I am gonna be using artificial flowers. I'm gonna hot glue it into place, and then we'll start getting our greenery down as well. To make this piece, I'm going to use a bunch of different greenery. It's typically, for the most part, in the yellow undertone family. The nice thing with using artificial greenery is we can start to shape it the direction that we want. This particular greenery that I have is very wispy and fine, but that's gonna help me figure out kind of the shape that I want for this to frame around my piece, and really just full on cover this. I know we didn't use a really big piece of floral foam. You're better off to actually go smaller with the amount of floral foam than bigger, so that you have less space to fill. All right, so now we're gonna fill in more of the center space, because there's some holes there for sure. And then we're also going to pay attention to the sides. Okay, so the flowers that I'm going to be using, I actually don't have a lot of color shift from there. It's just pinks and whites. So to bring some more color into this piece, I am going to have some greenery and other filler that have some color. So this one's going to pull in from the pinks. This actually has a little bit of pink on the leaves, and it has a really nice pretty flow to it. So again, we're going to kind of focus on our arch swag that we've got, this little corner swag going on, and then we'll tie it in a couple other spots as well, so that it's not just on the ends. I have these pretty little yellow berries, again, to bring in some color. And I've got a really long one that I'm going to bring in to the edge. Let's see if we can get it as is, or if we got to shorten this stem up a little bit. Again, with the pink, I've got these cute little pink flowers, little filler. These are just gonna sprinkle throughout. They're not very long at all, so we're gonna kind of center more in the center part of the piece. You, of course, don't need to make it quite this crazy full, but I do really love a super full floral piece. Okay, so there's that. All right, final filler piece is these little kind of big, I say little, they're not little. These bigger puff balls. I don't even know what these are technically called, but they make for a fun little pop of interesting texture that we're gonna sprinkle in here. And since we went so crazy on everything else, we're gonna go very simple on our color story. And I do have pink flowers in here, but I'm wondering if we just go with these lovely cream flowers. But I do have 2 different shades of pink roses as well. That maybe we'll do. So I'm gonna do it in batches. First we've got our darker pink I'm gonna add into the piece. And then to go opposite, we're gonna go in with our pink, our light pink. Okay, there we go. There you have it, a beautiful floral swag to go over a sign. This one is a little bit extra, but it's pretty amazing, isn't it? For 2 small little pieces of floral foam, just how much stuff, beautiful filler, greenery, and flowers you can add to a piece with just two tiny little pieces of floral foam. I hope you love this tutorial. I'm Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and I'll see you right here on Hometalk for another tutorial. Bye.